Well, he very much wants his players to stand up and be counted, and to show that they have the strength of character to get through the next few games and to recover from this. What did you make of the performance?
I mean, he's very honest. I can only agree. I thought they were so poor today in every respect. I think the manager sets the team up. You know, I think you mentioned there Aubameyang's playing as a left-back predominantly most of the game. You want to see him up the pitch. He's your talisman, leading player,
They did have to rejig when Kieran Tierney went off injured at the end of the first half.
Before Tierney went off, Kelly, we saw a graphic of their average positions on the pitch, and he was deeper than Tierney. Now, that can't be the case. And I know that Trent obviously made him go back into areas he didn't want to go. But as a manager, you've got to be a bit more attacking. Now, having worked with Pep, and I think he's got money in the bank, obviously, because they won the Cup. I think that really helped him. But the performances since they won the Cup are not good enough. Now, you can say, well, they didn't have Saka, they didn't have Smith Rowe, they didn't have Xhaka playing today. They're ninth with them when they're playing most of the games. This is not good enough for Arsenal. You know, this is a side now that, you know, you want to be getting the best players, you want to be attracting players next season. If you're finishing ninth, I know you've got the Cup to look forward to, and hopefully they can beat Slavia Prague, isn't it, on Thursday night. But right now, the way that team's playing, I mean, he's got to pick their confidence. He's got to pick them up really quickly. Because that today, I mean, that was like I was watching Arsenal sort of 6-7 months ago when they were really, really struggling. There was a lot of talk about Arteta losing his job. It's not good enough. That is really poor today.
They're just so inconsistent, aren't they? I mean, the best player is Tierney, who went off injured, which is...
And that didn't look good, did it?
A massive blow. He was holding his knee, which was not great. And Arsenal, you always think, when you think of Arsenal, you think of just the great teams. And then when they put in a performance like this, Arteta took responsibility, so he should, but the players have to take a little bit of responsibility as well. I thought first half they defended quite well. They got a little bit excited because they had that clean sheet and they tried to come up the pitch a little bit, and you see with a couple of the goals they got caught out. Liverpool were the better team today, but Arsenal are making it too easy for teams. I know he's tried to go on. People say they want to be more expansive, need to play more attacking players. They played attacking players today, but the attacking players didn't want to do the defensive work, and ultimately they paid the price.
Well, you make the great point, because it's like Aubameyang. You're playing him so deep, you might as well play Nketiah that there or something like that, because you're not getting anything out of him. The cross, when we spoke in glowing terms about the cross by Trent, but like, you know, he doesn't even go out to cross, stop the cross, Aubameyang. But he doesn't want to be out there in the first place.
Yeah, but what about the 3-3? They showed resilience in that game, didn't they? Coming back, and then we talk about the inconsistency, and that's a frustrating thing. It's not just for the team, the manager, but for the fans as well. You know, if
they're lucky the fans weren't in there today.
Exactly, the fans were in there today. They would have came up the pitch a little bit more, and it's just. Yeah,
it doesn't make an excuse, though, Micah, does it? You know, like everyone else we've all got the same problems. Every player out there, every team, you can't use that as an excuse and not get up the pitch. You know, you're playing Liverpool. They've got to put on a better performance than they have today. It's not exactly a poor team that we're looking at, but they played so poorly. Defensively, midfield, no aggression, didn't win second balls. The basics of football, really. And I mean, they're playing against Liverpool. So Liverpool were really good today, but they're not a team that's banging form. You know, they were there to a certain extent to have a go at them, getting beyond, cause them problems. They didn't cause them a problem.
Let's take a look at how Mikel Arteta compares to previous managers. 51 games under Emery, and Arsene Wenger's last 50. The improvement is defensively rather than in terms of goals scored for Mikel Arteta. But overall, it's been a downturn. Now, obviously, we have to take into account the squad and the position of the side when those managers were put in charge. But it's a downward trend for Arsenal, whoever the manager has been, and that's worrying.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many stats there that Mikel Arteta won't want to look at. I mean, but Arsenal have always been an attacking side that have been such a joy to watch throughout the Premier League years of Henry and Perez and all the, the Bergkamps, etc., and Van Persie, strikers that you couldn't wait to watch your team play. But right now, Arsenal fans are probably watching that game behind their sofa. You know, goals scored 72 compared to Wenger, and Unai Emery's got a much better record as well. So, yeah, they don't want to hear about their team defending better. They'd rather go and lose games 4-3 than play that manner and defend slightly better, if you like, because that's the least of their problems. They've got to be exciting to watch. This is Arsenal we're talking about. Where do you stand on those stats there?
It's not great, to be honest. I think losing David Luiz as well, he's a real leader. They've got Aubameyang, who's captain, but I'm not in the change room, so I don't know, but it doesn't look like he's motivating this squad that much. When you got David Luiz, even Xhaka, for as much as the problems he's had with Arsenal Football Club, he looks like he's going in there and he wants to put in a tackle, and today it was just too easy. Like, anyone could play against that. You made a point about, I think it was Gary in a centre-halves that didn't have much to do, because this is, we mentioned before as well that they'd not played together, no experience together, and they didn't have nothing to do. And this is with Pepe, Aubameyang, Odegaard and Lacazette on the pitch.
This is the thing, you can point to the lack of Luiz, Xhaka, no Emile Rowe, no Saka. Those players were missing. But what we're asking is, was there enough out of the players that were on the pitch? There
was enough. Well, Pepe got bought for 70 million. Aubameyang just signed a new multi-million pound deal. Lacazette can score and Odegaard's been in great form as well, but you just wanted to see a little bit more. It wasn't great today from Arsenal.